water and boats and all that. Yeah, just think of it in that perspective. And then imagine going on vacation somewhere and being locked up in your hotel room for the rest of your life. I mean, it's nice when you go on vacation and you're in a hotel room and it feels good the first day. And then about by the third day, the fourth day, the fifth day, you're crammed in there, right? You're trying to get out, get to the beach, get to wherever you're going. But imagine just living in the hotel room. A bed, a TV, a toilet. None of your own things. Can't go as you please, can't move as you please, because that's really what it is. But they're going to market this to you like it's a giant vacation to save the world from all the problems in the world, all the problems that they create, and then tell you that it's because of the climate. This is nothing more than a gigantic prison. And notice the 666 they hold up at the end.
What is NEOM? This is NEOM, or here, to be more precise, in the northwest of Saudi Arabia. But NEOM is more than a place. It's a home for people who dream big. Bigger than that. That's more like it. It'll be a hub for innovation, an entirely new model for sustainable living. The vision for a new future. In fact, that's how it got its name. But what will be there? There's Oxagon, a thriving city at the crossroads of the world, where advanced manufacturing will enable industries of the future. Trojana, a year-round mountain destination. And just remember to pack your skis when you visit. Or if skiing's not your thing, there's always Sindala, one of NEOM's many beautiful islands, perfect for some R&R. And Align, a 500-meter high, 200-meter wide, 170-kilometer long city in the shape of, well, a line. No roads, cars, or emissions. And everything its 9 million residents could ever need within a 5-minute walk. But best of all, the entire region will offer unparalleled access to nature and will be powered by clean energy. All within easy reach of the rest of the world. I know what you're thinking. Why does the world need NEOM?
That's a good question.
The world needs NEOM because the world needs change. That's what we mean when we say
Made to change.
NEOM represents a global opportunity for one, changing how the world does business by making the region a special economic zone, easing the way for entrepreneurs to blaze their trail. Two, changing the way we live our lives with preventative healthcare and the highest standards of livability. Sounds nice, right? And three, changing how we look after nature and our planet. Because without this, what use are 1 and 2? But how will NEOM achieve these aims, you may ask? Within NEOM are 14 sectors, spearheaded by the world's best talent. Each sector has been designed to advance technology and push the very limits of human knowledge. Imagine NEOM as a prototype for a better future, a future for all. One being built to last. Sound good? Great. So when the world asks, what is NEOM? You'll know to answer that NEOM's a place that'll change the way we live on this planet. Simple, really.
So you got to love how they hold that 666 logo up right at the end, right? A-OK, right? A lot of X symbolism in there as well for the Antichrist and the mark of the beast. But Israel Prime Minister, so Netanyahu, he unveiled a regional plan to build this massive trade zone with a rail service that goes directly into NEOM. Let's take a look at what this actually is. And keep in mind that they met in 2020 because they've been in cahoots with each other for a long time. They've been meeting in secret. Then out in the open, they have to pretend that they're enemies with each other. Sound familiar? Kind of like the Republicans and the Democrats who pretend to hate each other. But then when they're at somebody's supposed funeral, they're side by side yucking it up like Trump and Obama. And then they go, I was just faking it till, you got to fake it. Got to play the part, pretend to be nice. Don't want to put on a display there and yell at them and scream. No, they're yucking it up just like Trump and Chuck Schumer, right? So they play the role out in the open of being in opposition of each other. But they've been in cahoots with each other. They just don't want the people out there who are citizens in those locations to know, because they don't want the people to rise up against their corrupt governments who are conspiring to do this. So Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office recently released a PowerPoint that gives a glimpse into what the Likud party has in mind for Gaza's future. And this is back in 2024, right? This is before America just moved in and said, we'll be taking over the land now. You know, we're going to bring military and everybody needs to flee. It's ours, right? And it's really obviously Israel's, but it'll be under the guise of America doing it because Trump's going to say, look, we're building this. Look how great this is. Look what I've done to Gaza. It was disgusting over there and it was completely nothing. Look what I built. We could build those in America, all right? That's why it's important to have the U.S. attached to it. Because if Trump was like, hey, I want to build Dubai in America, people would be like, what? What about Dubai? You're going to hear about it over and over and over again. Trump's going to be bragging about it. They're going to be showing it to you. They're going to be showing you how great it is, how everything connects to each other. And they're literally going to be shown a smart city, be told it's a freedom city, and that it's convenient, it's great, and you're going to make a lot of money, right? And these sheep will just go along with it. So on May 3rd, Netanyahu unveiled Gaza 2035, a three-step master plan to build what he calls the Gaza Free Trade Zone. The plan was first reported by the Jerusalem Post and later Al Jazeera. The Gaza Free Trade Zone would encompass the 141 square miles that make up the Gaza Strip, now the United States of America's Gaza Strip, where more than 34,500 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces in the past several months, and where experts say that famine is underway. UN officials issued a report on May 2nd of 2024 stating that over 70% of Gaza's building stock has been destroyed. So this is last year that 70% of Gaza's buildings have been destroyed. Now you could see pictures updated and the entire thing has been completely leveled. And that's what people need to understand. They make these wars out to be as if the people are against the people, rebel groups against rebel groups. These are globalists conspiring, pretending to be your presidents and your prime ministers. And what they're doing is they're flattening out and destroying land and seizing land and then rebuilding on that land. So if you're in the line of fire, you're going to die. So if you want to stay there with your family, you're going to die. But they're not going to tell you, hey, we're doing it. We're killing you. We're going to use a directed energy weapon on you, or we're going to drop bombs on you. They can't tell you that because then citizens would unite as one and overthrow these people because there's way more of us than them. So they need you to constantly think, oh, Hamas is battling against the Mossad, against Israel, right? Even though they work together because they are all actually funded by the same exact people. So they're saying that it would cost 40 to 50 billion to rebuild. And this prompted the UN to say, we have not seen anything like this since 1945. And again, keep in mind, Donald Trump said it's not going to cost the taxpayers any money. Of course, that's because they lied to you about where your tax money goes, just like these fake audits that are going on right now. They tell you that your tax money's not going to go there. You're going to believe it. Why? Because they're going to release some fake crap that tells you where your tax money is actually going. Give me a break. So they say under Gaza 2035, the new free trade zone would be administered by Israel, Egypt, and what the Israeli prime minister calls the Gaza Rehabilitation Authority, a proposed Palestinian-run agency that would oversee reconstruction in Gaza and manage the Strip's finances. The PowerPoint affirms that the Gaza Rehabilitation Authority would not deliver Palestinian statehood and makes no reference to a two-state system. Instead, by 2035, Gaza and the West Bank would be placed under the minimal administration of the Palestinian Authority, and Israel would be responsible for the free trade zone security. This part's funny. Gaza 2035 is officially entitled, quote, Plan for the Transformation of the Gaza Strip, right? Gotta love that word, transformation. They use it a lot. You hear a lot of